Goaltender gone. Does this make things a little easier for you from that perspective with UC coming back?
Well, yeah, you know, it's it wasn't like it was a problem, but you know, we thought you know, Mark's development was getting stunted. We needed to get him some more games under his belt, and that's what how the decision was made.
Now Mark gets a chance to go down to Las Vegas and get some play. I mean, obviously this is really going to help him out, and he's proven at that level and this level as well that he can compete.
No, that's right. And listen, this kid's hungry. He's been one of our hardest working guys every day. He's excited to go play. And then it opens up the nets too for Ben and UC. Like, just in practice, we've been rotating 3 goalies. So now these 2 guys here will get a lot more shots.
And how's UC doing? We're obviously going to talk with him, but he's had an opportunity to rehab slowly and progress well. What do you see from him here that indicates that he's good to go?
Well, he told me he's good to go. So, but he looks excellent today in practice, really challenging the shooters. His feet were moving very well, and he's got a lot of fire in him right now. He wants to get back into that net. He won't play against Rochester, but I do have him scheduled to play against Grand Rapids.
You mentioned Mark's compete level. I guess UC's is through the roof as well from what we've seen.
Yes, he has got a number of Finnish words that I know are swear words. He does not like to be scored on. And he's a competitive young man, and I love his fire. He's you know, he carries himself differently than Ben. Ben is really calm, well thought, you know, a little bit more quiet, and UC has a real fire, and both personalities work very well in our dressing room.
Dallas, until Jake comes back, do you have to reinvent the power play a little bit when you consider how he contributed in that regard? Do others have to step up, and are they capable of at least helping out the way Jake did?
Well, listen, Jake was playing great for us, and but I don't think we have to reinvent it at all. You know, the burden will fall on Paul Ranger's shoulders, who's more than capable of filling that hole. We've got some forwards that we can throw back on the point as well. So we've got the bodies right now that we can fill the hole for the time being.
The NHL locker was to end and the season was to start. Who would you recommend as the first guy, excuse me, the first guy to maybe go up to the NHL? Is there anyone that stands out in that sort of sense?
Gardner.
Other than a guy we maybe already know?
Matt Pratt.
Do you see any resemblances in Spencer Abbott and Keith Coyne out there?
Yeah, I do. They really read the game the same way. They're able to create holes, and they definitely see when the hole's there. Both guys have, you know, ice in their veins when they have the puck. It's, you know, we have some guys on our team, they get the puck, it gets in a tight situation. Almost a sense of panic sets in, where these guys, it's, you know, their heart rate doesn't get up very high when they have that puck, and they usually make the right play.
They seem to have good hockey sense. Is that something that maybe comes from being smaller guys on the ice and having to adapt when they're out there?
Well, yeah, and I think when you see a lot of smaller players, they usually have very good hockey sense because they haven't been able to bull their way through the game. They've had to think their way through the game. But they're both guys' skill level and the way they think the game, you know, they're excellent fits for our group.
When you're coming out of Peterborough as a junior, do guys like that get a look now, just an indication of how much the game has changed, and I think for the better?
Well, yeah, listen, there weren't many of those guys on our team in Peterborough. It was, we played hard, tough games there, but it's interesting now. You're right. The guys that have some skill and can think the game. You know, some teams it's not so important on size anymore.